All right, guys, another day, another dollar. Right now I got some big green crabs and we're gonna go soak them along this bridge and see what's biting, so stay tuned. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We got a bunch of green crabs and I want to fish. I don't know if you've ever fished with green crabs, but they could be a hassle sometimes when you're into fish and you don't want to sit here and try and cut them as you're catching fish. So what I'm doing right now, I'm kind of cutting a bunch to kind of prepare for the bite. And notice how I'm cutting it overboard. There is a reason for that. One, it does keep the kayak a little bit cleaner, but two, those legs, the claws going to the bottom, act as chum. If you watched John Skinner's recent Tautog video where he put an underwater, camera under one of his favorite Tautog spots and, filmed. Let me try and keep myself right where I wanted to be. Filmed, how the Tautog are feeding and, the type of bottom that they're hanging around. And one of the cool things was he was talking about building a bite, and what he was doing was throwing, crab legs, claws overboard, and you could see on the video, porgies, Tautog, sea bass, all, following the claws and the legs to the bottom and going to town. And by the time he dropped, half a crab down, it was like you couldn't, set the hook quick enough on the fish. So as you can see, I'm just trying to, get as many pieces of bait for one spot. This will save me a little bit of time. It also keeps your hands a little bit cleaner when you're, I just cut that in the bucket, when you're trying to fish. But it does help, cut back on your time. And when you're like me, man, you only got so much time to fish. I try and maximize it to my, full potential. But that's a good start. We'll start there and we'll see what we can do. Ooh, feeling something messing with it. Ooh, dropped them. Man, golly, cannot set the hook on. Maybe the third time I get a hit. See that? That time I got him. Oh yeah, that time I got him. That's a nicer one. Oh man, trying to get him out of that structure. Man, something big just jumped behind me too. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a beautiful, oh, it's a beautiful Tautog. All right, man, we're gonna let this guy go. That's a pretty studly Tautog. Hooked perfectly right upper jaw. Oh man, I knew that was coming. All right, just dropping it back down. Oh, there's a hit. See if we'll come back. Something's grabbing it right now. Got him. Small guy. Small Tautog. Yep. Juvenile. Off he goes. Tell you what, man, I've lost more fish than I've brought into the kayak. Haven't been able to, I guess, get that magic touch back yet. I'm getting a hit though. Oh, see? Got him that time. I got him that time. Oh man. Look at that Tautog. Dude, that's a freaking monster. Holy moly, look at that freaking slob. Woo-wee. All right, man, look at this. Absolute beauty. Whew. That is a beautiful tog. Let's get him back in. Get a slow-mo. Yeah, it's like almost like every time you get it to the bottom, you got a fish. Just the key is trying to cull through the smaller hits and, you know, time the good hits and actually set the hook when you get the right opportunity. Also, big key, man, if you're not on the bottom, you ain't gonna get much. They're not really as suspended up as they are like in the summertime or when the water's warm. I mean, look, as soon as that hit bottom, we started getting hits again. Got him. Not a giant, but definitely a tog. Man, giving me a nice bath. Even one that size gives you a decent fight, man. Ah, son of a gun. There he goes. All right, man, trying to get it back down. Might have to let a little more out. You could always tell if you're not getting a hit right away and you've been getting hits, you know, every drop, you know you're not on bottom. Whoa, oh my God, oh my God. Man, that one hit like crazy. It's not as big. It felt big at first. I'd say it's probably a 14, maybe 15-inch fish. He hit pretty hard. Oh my God, dude, look at that sea bass. Holy moly. That's a stud sea bass. Dude, that would be a freaking keeper. That 100% is a keeper sea bass. Look at this. If I could get him to open his mouth. Look at this freaking, that's a stud sea bass, man. Whew. Tell you what, man, this guy hit like a freaking banshee. That's a studly sea bass we're gonna let go. Be honest with you, man, that's a surprise catch for the day. Not that, you know, sea bass aren't around, but usually in the back bay, man, you have to fight through hundreds of thousands of, you know, 5-6 inch sea bass, whether you're fishing for tog or fishing for flounder or whatever you may be targeting. You know, there seem to be around and just seem to ruin the day if you can't really get away from them. Usually, you know, you don't see them up to that size we just caught in the bay, but that guy might have been lost. Got him. I was letting him take it a little longer. That way we guaranteed we got him. Because there's so many smaller fish, man. You almost got to let the smaller ones kind of mess with it. You could definitely tell there's multiple fish competing for the bait when it goes down because, whoa. You can feel the hits. You lift up, miss it, and then as it's falling back down, you can feel another fish try and grab it. And how I know that, if you you guys watch YouTube, strong suggestion, watch John Skinner's tog video. All right, and he's on this spot, and what's cool is he, you know, it's real slow fishing right away, and then out of nowhere, after, you know, chumming the water and letting his bait sit, he, you know, gets into this pretty good tog bite, and he's not even trying to catch him at this point because he's watching the live stream of, you know, his camera underneath, watching his bait, which is pretty cool. And he talks about how, you know, the camera was a little bit lagged, so like you'd see a fish biting it, but you would miss the hit because you're watching the film more than anything. Ooh, that was a hit and I missed. Man. That felt like a smaller one. That didn't. Ooh, no, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. Trying to get him out. Because if he gets in that structure, we're done. Oh man, that's a nice one. You just tell by the weight. Oh yeah, look at that. That'd have been another keeper right there. I'll tell you what, man, even something like that size gives you such a good fight. Man, there's a hit. Oh no, son of a gun. Got him that time. Not a big guy. That's probably why I missed the first time, honestly. Look at that. That's a Dinkosaurus right there. That's the reason why I've missed so many fish today. I mean, that guy's probably maybe 7-8 inches, if that. But you could see, you know, how you could go through some bait when you got fish like that around. There we go. That's a nice piece of bait right there. But I too truly believe, man, what John Skinner was saying about building a bite. I've been to places, you know, where you get to the bridge or sod bank or, you know, some type of structure and fishing's kind of slow. You're marking fish, but they're not really biting. I usually will give it a little bit of time because I do find sometimes it's a tidal thing. You know, you might have too much tide, too little tide, and you know, I've been to places where no exaggeration, you pull up and you don't have a bite for, you know, maybe 15 minutes or so, and then out of nowhere, it just like a light switch just turns on, man. Got him. Man, these guys are so feisty. Even the small ones got like a nice initial run and then they kind of peter off. Whoa. They are some slippery devils, man, I'll tell you what. They could slide out of your hand quicker than, you know, you could even think about it. Got a little bit of a bigger piece of crab there, maybe. Might be a Taugosaurus down there. Yeah, something's got it, but this is such a big piece, man. I'm gonna wait till I get a really decent hit because there's probably a ton of little guys just pulling at it. Like I could feel them pulling right now, but nothing's really got it enough where I feel comfortable setting the hook. See, just tap, tap, tap. Maybe drop it down. Maybe there's something beneath them. Oh, there we go. There we go. That was the hit I was waiting for. Man. That was a thump and a half, man. Probably 13 inches. I mean, geez Louise. Tell you, man, when it's like this, it's super addicting. Probably the worst thing about this type of fishing is I lose track of time. Like last I looked, it was, you know, 2 o'clock, and 47 minutes later. It doesn't feel like that was 47 minutes ago when I last checked my watch, but you know, when you're catching fish, you really can lose track of time. Oh. Had to set on that one. I knew it wasn't going to be a big guy, but he grabbed it and tried to swim with it. You almost have to set it, otherwise they'll just rob you of your bait. Shoo, man. Oop, that was a failed attempt at throwing a fish back. Sorry, buddy. Did not mean that. Oh, there's a hit. Got him. A lot of cookie cutters today, man. There he goes. See if that gets me anything. Piece of crab is a little bit soft, but I don't like wasting bait. Got him. That little piece got something. Oh man, another freaking keeper sea bass. Didn't think that one actually had it right away. Little guy.